Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gyms of War Guild Wars, week 37, day 5. It is a red day. It even says, I didn't even realize that, it actually says the day on the thing too. But anyways, no clue how I noticed that now. Day 5, it is a red day, yeah, anyways. Well, it doesn't say the week, but you know, it's the color day thing. Anyways, off topic. Let's go into this already. We're not using this team, though actually I probably will throw it on at least one of them. It was something we were trying earlier. It wasn't that bad, surprisingly. Alchemist, Infernus, Jotnar, and Dark Maiden. Someone wanted to use a Jotnar on Red Day, so this is basically what we created. And it's actually not that bad. Jotnar, because he keeps doing barrier spam. It was mainly made to counter out, oh, what's his name? All pure dwarves. But if we see pure dwarves, I actually do want to test it on one of these battles. But, of course, since we're not, let's go into our classic for now, which is the... where to go? The pure red dragon team. And then if we see some dwarves, we will switch over to the other one. So right now, both using somewhat similar team, kind of. We have... well, not really. We both have Dawnbringer. that's the similarity here. So it's basically whoever gets Dawnbringer first is the winner of this battle. He could have an advantage here with a quicker Hellcat. Ural, I'm not too worried about. Hopefully he'll just miss and then we can go from there. But anyways, his burn could be a bit annoying though, because his burn will trigger our barrier sometimes if it goes all the way through our HP. He does not have a what's it called though? Element Grim to utilize that or anything. So anyways, that shouldn't be too big a deal. So let's just get into it. Should be good. Shouldn't be too hard. Let's hope so. Need to keep up that score. Hello, Steve. Hello, Questor. Hello, Vlad. Hello, Lowlights. No good troops for Red Day? I actually feel like there's a lot of good red troops these days. It, at one point, was the weakest Guild War Day, and it still is if you have low rarity stuff. But if you have some decent legends and mythics, which I know a lot of people kind of don't, but once you do reach that point, they have added enough stuff that it kind of works. I do agree, though, that they do need to work towards better early game Red Day Guild War troops, because there really is a huge lack. The main reason is they haven't been adding as many red troops as of recently to lower rarities, mainly because they did so many times that red was the most common color in the game. The only problem is a lot of the reds that do exist in the game are pretty bad, the ones that use the red trait stones. So they haven't really expanded too much on the reds, and they likely will be in the future. It's just there was a really huge imbalance for several months in this game where there was just a huge higher amount. It was really noticeable when trait stones first came out that there was just a very large amount more red-related troops in the game than any other color. Oh, we'll go throw the Dragon Soul down. See if we can go get the Element Grim, and do we throw it? It's the 13, but we only get an 8 gem spawn. It's worth a shot. Okay, we got our mana. That's the main thing that matters, I guess. We'll go throw that down, get a World Breaker, and should be good to go. My original thing that I said is I would be worried about the Dawnbringer. I think we're way beyond that point. It's basically just match unless it does something really weird, and down it goes. Can I Dragon Soul kill it? Yes, and I want to do that because we gain more mana. Because we have 3 dragons. Oh no, 4, never mind. This is pure dragon. This is 4 times dragon team. What am I saying? Oh wait, no it's not. Yes it is. Yeah. I do have my hero set as dragon, right? Why did that look like it did 17? Oh, because it only had 17 HP, that's why. I was gonna say. It did do 17, but that's how much HP it had. Let me just double check, because for some reason I feel like it's not. I can almost guarantee it is, but just in case. Because you only had 17 left. Yeah, okay. We do have it set as a dragon hero class. I could see me doing that. Oh, by the way, next patch, perks are no longer a thing, kind of. The perks will still be a thing, but they will all be active. So choosing a perk will no longer be a thing. So like right now, you can only have 1 perk active at a time. Well, as of next patch, all 3 of them will always be active. There's no such thing as choosing which perk you want. You'll just always have all 3 of them. So, yeah. That will be interesting. So if we do use Dragon Guard, that means it will now have 4 more attack and 8 more armor normally. This would be particularly good on some classes that have high durability or high offensiveness. This one is a little bit of a weird one in that it has attack and armor. Not really that good of a combination of extra bonuses. The best you could probably have for bonuses is magic and HP. That combination of perks would be the absolute best pretty much, or at least in the current meta. What else would be pretty good is magic and attack and HP. Basically, anything that combines anything with not armor is the best combination, is the bottom line. Anything with armor is quite a bit lower tier, because there's currently no hero weapon that boosts based on armor. So, yeah, not as good. Anyways, let's get into the next battle. This is Red Day, right? I'm not going crazy. Where are all the dwarves? This might be the first Red Day in about a month or two where we go dwarfless. I even made a team specifically for the dwarves, and it's like, nope, no dwarves for you. I'm perfectly fine with that, though. Dwarves are annoying. At least on Red Day, anyways. They're somewhat annoying on other normal battles, but it's Red Day that normally gets them the most. Also, hello, Zach. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. If anyone has any questions, want me to answer or need help building teams or anything, feel free to leave them in chat. Mainly just going through Guild Wars right now, then we'll go through dungeons a bit, then kind of just chill, and go from there. Go take the purple here, go for an explosion. He has Forest Guardian. That can absolutely decimate us. We got trolled very hard by that the other day, where it got a double kill on us. Ooh, no. It's trying again. That wasn't nearly as bad as it was earlier, but it's not a double kill, so we're safe. Wish we could get a lot more extra turns. It would be nice to lower that down to 0 attack. There's basically no point or no chance that we would be able to lower that to 0. But one funny thing now, though, or it was before we got the reduction, but it was only 1 damage off from being able to kill us. Now it's a little bit bigger of a gap, so every single extra turn we get, which kind of nice about the Dragon Soul Element Grim combo. I don't know if he's still going to have huge next patch because they're reworking its traits some. But one nice thing with Dragon Soul first slot with Element Grim is every extra turn you take not only lowers their attack, but it also increases your HP. So it keeps increasing the gap further and further that they need to be able to kill you with skulls. Oh, we didn't get an extra turn there. Unfortunate. Do I go for barrier? I believe the answer is yes. Wow, that's going to be a huge attack value. But we'll do this. It'll hit our barrier. So we'll do that. Okay, all good. We'll throw down a Dragon Soul, because for whatever reason, there's only 5 purple on the board. Maybe he'll help us some. Please miss. Cast it and miss. That'd be exactly what we need right about now. There's only one big concern I have, and that is he might kill Dragon Soul. He doesn't have a barrier anymore, and I have no real way of keeping it alive unless we get 25% resurrect. There we go. Very nice board for an Element Grim. 20. If you miss on 20, there's a problem. 20 again. There we go. 20 again? No, 15. I don't know about 15. I'll still go for it, though. It's only a little spiderling. Oh, and we have exactly enough damage to kill. Perfect. Well, that went very smooth. Now I'll just do that 3 more times, unless we're up against dwarves, in which case I do want to try this other team at least once. Wow, this might be our first day. Okay, I'll need to do that next week then. This might be the first day we go with 0 dwarf battles. I'll probably jinx it and have it on my last battle, but yeah, we're 3 battles in, no dwarves yet. We might be able to go all the way. Nice to see something else on a Red Day, though. It's mainly because we're in bracket 2 right now. The second we go back to bracket 1, that will not be the case. Oh no, we just lost. Well, we didn't lose yet, but wow, this board is not good. He's going to get so much mana for that. Let me go take my own mana. Oh, that lucky extra turn right there. That super lucky extra turn. But there was the chance for it. Got to go for it. I mainly just did it to get my mana. I wasn't really even hoping for the extra turn, but that worked out quite nicely. He didn't use a Mercy yet, too, so I can deny out. Wow, that board was so perfect for him to Mercy, and at this point, he gets nothing. That was quite a shift. So we'll go for a Dragon Soul here. He will get a lot of yellow since it just created a bunch for us. We even extra turn it 2 times, so that's very nice, too. That's almost dead. We can even just kill it off a Dragon Soul, which is likely the case. I guess we'll go get full Element Grim mana, even though we're going to get full anyways off a Dragon Soul. Yeah. He'll just poke us with a skull. That's fine. It's only 1 skull. Let's get a bunch of manas. Oh, he didn't even go for it. He's going to double yellow. That's not too relevant. Oh, he does have the dwarf guy on him. I actually don't normally see this guy off of the dwarf team. I didn't even notice him there. He's still dangerous. He still has a really, really huge amount of damage. That hasn't changed, even though he's on a completely different team. Up, and there he goes. That's very unfortunate, especially that he hit first slot. Oh well, but we do gain a lot of HP. It gains 3 HP every extra turn. 2 off itself, 1 off the Dragon Hero class thingy. Do we take the skull? No, because there's 2 of them. So we throw this down. He'll take a skull. Oh, whoa, whoa. 1 HP. Don't kill it. We need you. We lose points if you die. Actually, we're already losing points just by getting hit as well, but even more if it dies. Element Grim is enough damage, so we take that. Down it goes. Sweet. We didn't get max souls, but that doesn't really matter for a Guild War battle. Okay, what do we have? Wow. Oh, we still have Lord Ironbeard there. That hasn't changed, but still, no... why on earth do you have a Thorn Knight? Oh, it removes red. I didn't even realize that. Interesting. That's why you have a Thorn Knight. I really wish Tall still removed reds. He used to be a yellow-blue. Well, he still is a yellow-blue. But he used to be a yellow-blue with Impervious that would remove all reds. But then they give it Empowered and then removed its ability to remove all reds. That would be amazing if they added it back. That's, given that Guild War is added, they just need to completely rework Tall. Any of you who haven't seen it yet, because he's a pretty irrelevant troop. But this guy, he basically doesn't exist at all. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? You'll see him once in, like, Sword's Edge and then never see him again. Did I spell his name wrong? He's so underused, I don't even know how to spell his name. Let's just go to Sword's Edge. Anyways, where's Sword's Edge? Sword's Edge. He's so irrelevant, I can't remember how to spell his name. Let's see. Apply filter. Oh, is it T-A-U? It's probably T-A. It is. That's why it's not coming up. Anyways, Tall. All he does now is deal a extremely minimal amount of damage to an enemy. And if it dies, which it will never will, to that kind of damage, you gain 4 to all skills, which is also a trivial amount of skills. 11 mana cost, which is okay. But the only thing it really has is the Night Slayer, Dragon Slayer combo. And for whatever reason, it has Empowered on an ability that requires you to basically pick off a kill. Which means if you have it at the beginning of a battle, the only thing you can use it for is waste your turn for a very small poke. And that's it. He is really weird these days. Actually, if he was in his previous state with Impervious instead of this, and his remove reds and gain a huge amount of attack, he would actually be viable in Guild Wars. But they changed it so much and trying to make him viable. He was one of those troops that they tried making viable by basically nerfing him into the ground. It's one of those weird times again that I mentioned earlier where basically they try buffing a troop, but then they nerf it like crazy. Or they'll do the other way around. They'll try nerfing a troop, but then they end up buffing it unintentionally. That tends to happen a lot. And he is yet another example of that. And he's just completely dead content these days. There isn't a single purpose you would ever use. He's actually the only troop with Empowered in the game that is useless. I really wish they would make him viable, especially since it's a Kingdom Epic as well. Really annoying when the Kingdom Epics are just pure useless. Because those are the ones anyone can get for free. What do we do here? Oh, let's go for a Skull. Try for it to get all we miss, but at least we had the chance. Need to try getting Dragon Soul to full mana here. He's going to get a really huge poke on us, and there's not a single thing I can do about it. And there he is. He already has it. Really bad. Very, very bad. Oh well, one shot down. Not much I could have done about that in this case. And we don't have a summoner. Go for another Dragon Soul. Do I Dawnbringer? Do I even need a Dawnbringer? I guess I do. We'll throw that down. The only slightly good thing about them using that guy is he does use yellow. So at least that guarantees our Dawnbringer does slightly more damage. I know that's like really trivial, but still. More damage is more damage. Yeah, Tall is pretty bad. Tall is like the definition of horrible troop. I think he might actually be the weakest epic in the game. Not the weakest troop overall, but definitely the weakest epic. I can't recall a single thing off the top of my head under the epic category that is weaker than him. And then we'll just go for a Dragon Soul. And down it goes. Okay, what do we have next? Let me guess. 4 times dwarfs. Can we go an entire day without a dwarf battle? The answer is... Nope. Saw that coming. Well, let's go test this other team. I got it for a reason. Let's see if it actually works. Well, we did in PvP and it was working okay. So, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's hope it works. It is Alchemist, Infernus, Jotnar, and Dark Maiden. The premise is we extra turn spam to such a degree against a dwarf team that we barrier so much that a dwarf team would never be able to hit us. A good majority of dwarf is completely single shot, with the only thing that ever hits multi being Highforge, which only ends up hitting 2 troops. So if we just keep barriering over and over again, even though they're doing a lot of damage, they'll technically not ever be able to damage us. And sometimes they go to lead Dwarven Gate, which is particularly good for us because that will make sure our Alchemist doesn't die. So basically, we just get Alchemist up super quick. JoeConnors gives us barrier on everything, and we just keep repeating that with Dark Maiden, and just go crazy that way. Dark Maiden also already has her +1 offer for her own traits, so it'll work out really nice. And let's just give it a shot. I think we only lost like once when we were testing in PvP. Tested it several times, and seemed to have worked out nice. Let's see if it actually works in Guild Wars. So we'll go take that. Move the green over. Now we already have one barrier on one of the more important troops as well. Go straight into the Alchemist. And where can we use this? Looks like on a blue. Move the purple over. Already have the, what's his name? The, why can I not remember? Infernus. Words. I think it's Puzzle Quest that threw me off on how to pronounce things now. There's so many weird words in that game. Oh yeah, we could just convert all the yellow into anything. We do have that option as well. I don't want to do it yet, though. I want to have JoeConnors. I mean, not JoeConnors. I want to have a Infernus available before we go and do that. So right here, we'll go for the greens. Get that going. Also, we can basically one-shot with this, or at least pretty close to it. Okay, maybe not against dwarves. Never mind. It's nowhere near one-shotting. Ignore what I just said. Against a normal team, it would be able to, under the context of not Guild Wars. But in Guild Wars, that actually does not have enough damage to do so. Nor was I really using it for that purpose, though, earlier. I was mainly just using it for the barrier. We do have double barrier at the moment. Unfortunately, the two that he's going to hit most likely are the ones without barrier. But we'll go for that. See if we might need to use this on red, which would be perfectly fine. Because it will give us our explosion as well. And I believe I am going to go for that. So we'll go for red here. Get himself more barrier. The more barriers we get, the more damage he does as well. I might even go kill out his last slot. Then again, at this point, we can probably just kill it with this. So that will be the case. And let me just double check for anything else. Yeah, looks like the case. Throw it down. This should clear the board enough that we can get an Alchemist opening. I hope. No, it did not. The plan B is throw this down for a lot of damage. It will hit for 51, which is enough. Or not enough to kill, but, you know, a competent amount of damage. 58, I lied. I somehow missed the 7. Oh, I forgot the 7 off himself. He counts giants as well, and he is indeed a giant. I was only counting the barriers. But he default always has at least 7 additional damage on him due to him boosting himself. Kind of like a Dragon Soul also boosts itself. Alchemist, why do you still have nothing to do? Oh, no, you do have something. We can go do that. We'll do that. That gives us our cast. And that will kill everything except the gate. And there we go. Yeah, as you can see, we've taken... Have we taken no damage? This might be the first Guild War battle in a very long time that I've taken no damage. Wow, we might need to do this as our normal team. I did this just to show a JoeConnors PV or Guild War team to someone earlier. And it turns out the team we ended up making from it is actually really good. Not to mention Dark Maiden's going to be better next patch. So it's going to just get stronger, not weaker. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'll need to use that on next Red Guild War Day. Actually, I might even need to go change my other red team that I have set up. Look at that, 1,750. Wait, is that above average? This was our final battle, so I actually don't know if that's actually that far above average, but still, that worked out really smoothly. And that gives us a score of 9,354. But yeah, next week, next Red Day, I need to do that for every single day, or every single battle and see what happens. But yeah, anyways, how are we on the rankings? About midway. We are missing an entire person again for like the 3rd week in a row. So we're still stuck in bracket 2 for a little while. Hopefully we'll be able to get out of that soon though. And back to bracket 1 for the extra 100 gems. But oh well. Let's see. Yes, Puzzle Quest is why you can't pronounce things. Sure. Well, it's contributing to it. Because it puts me in the theme of I can't pronounce a single one of these words, so why even try? So it's making me extend that theme to Gems of War now. But yeah, I don't even try to attempt some of the words in that game. It's no. I could say it 10 different ways and they'd probably all be wrong. Where do we go? Dungeons. I'm coming for your dungeon. I come for all your resources. And tomorrow we'll finally get a Dragon Soul on our Let's Play account too. I can't wait for that. There's so many things I want to do with that. Like destroy PvP. Mainly destroy PvP over and over again. Oh wait, King Gorgolfa. Oh, never mind. Never mind. What am I saying? I thought this was KZL for a moment. We did find a evolved Gorgolfa in KZL the other day. It's very rare, but it is possible. He's still technically a troop. Not this guy, but the other one. The one that you fight all the way at the end of the KZL questline, bonus questline. He's technically a troop in the game. He's the only one that's not obtainable, though, out of every single thing. It was never actually planned to be added to the game, but for a short period of time, it may still be, a random daemon summon used to be able to summon it. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but it at one point was able to. Anyways, let me just go clear these out. It made it the only troop in the entire game that has ever been able to have every single color. And it was possible to own. Well, not own, but it was possible to summon. Even if it is these days, there's so many more daemons that it probably isn't realistic to try to summon it. It's like a 1 in 30-something chance. Maybe even less than that. I forget how many daemons there are. But it's not realistic is the bottom line. It's some kind of 1 out of unrealistic number chance of occurring. Let's see. We'll go into Firebomb. Go into a Rowan. And just get another one, and that's match, hopefully. That might be a little damage short. Nope, it's enough. The final battle will be too short to do a double. Oh, unless he kills himself. He would need to kill himself on not Rowan in order to, for us to be able to do the cycle. I highly doubt he's going to get mana in time, though. I'll throw that down, get our explosion. Throw a Rowan and go from there. Yeah, we're not going to be able to make it, or he's not going to be able to, so we'll just let him live. And just go for the 3 cycle. And which one's quicker to get up at this point? Oh, probably the blue that's extra turn just sitting there. That would probably be the case. Why must both of you be so close? We'll just take the blue. Rowan does more damage. And down it goes. Pretty sure both of them would have been enough, though. But there's dungeons for today. Gotta claim all the free resources. And if any of you have any teams you want me to do, any other suggestions, or need help building teams, or just questions in general, feel free to leave them all in chat, and we'll make sure to go over them all. Otherwise, we're just kind of be chilling for a little bit. Should probably go on the other account a little bit, too, to go farm the resources that we need. Because I still need to go and make sure we go get ourselves the... what's it called? Words. We need to go get the Dragon Soul on the other account, but I need to go level the Soul Forge, which is the main thing I need to make sure I do. Def Team? Sure. How specifically do you want to use the Def Team? Focused around Def, using it for its final trait, or something else? If using it for its trait, it's normally used with Crimson Bat. If using it for its ability, it's normally used with a Valkyrie. And if using it for soul farming, it's normally used with either a Dragon Soul or a Valkyrie. But yeah, if you know which way you want to use it, let me know. Because the team has to be oriented towards one or the other. Either for its trait or for its ability. I don't think there's a single lineup that uses both of them correctly. Or at least to their fullest capability. So we'll go throw that down. Ideally, that would have been enough damage. I could have checked by just looking at the board, but oh well. Let's see. For PvP? I know, which way, though? Well, let's say this. Do you have a fully traded Crimson Bat and fully traded Def? Let's put it that way. If the answer to that is yes, then we'll go with using it for its trait. Well, first things first. Let me go clear this real quick, and then we'll go do that. I gotta take this Revenge Rival. That's just too much juicy resources to not go for it. I just need to make sure we get the guaranteed win. I say that, and we're probably gonna lose. We actually could. If he gets that Great Maul and goes crazy, we really could lose this battle. But good, he didn't go for mana there. There we go. Okay. Get another one of these. Keep you low under his stats down. Nice. It hit HP as well, which is nice. We'll go and don't really need the Famine at the moment. We'll just throw that down for damage. He's already dead. Get a Famine in there. Get another Azura in there. And be good to go. Get that. Get the Azura. Get that going. And then we can just throw the Gorgoltha into an Infernus. And pretty much match. Oh, never mind. We have Gorgoltha. He could hit us with everything and that wouldn't really hurt. Yep. Good job. Okay. And now that he has poked us for very small numbers, we instantly kill him and down it goes. There we go. Okay, let me go do a def team now. Okay, so def. Let's go get this built against a all Ironbeard or an all Dwarf team. Let me go save this though before I do. This is our new Guild War red day. Let's see, what's my current red day? I have, I believe, the Loop team here. Is it finally time to retire the double troll team? I guess yes. We've done enough with the trolls already. Let's go get something new in here. I haven't even been using this team lately anyways. Alchemist, Dark Maiden, Inferno King. I mean Infernus. I keep saying Inferno King. Infernus, and what was the other thing we needed? Or is that already it? No, it's not. Oh, Jotnar. Yeah, he's kind of the whole component of this team. It would help. This team was built for the whole purpose of building a Jotnar red team. That's where this team started as a premise. And that is what it turned into. And we need a brown-yellow banner. The brown for the Alchemist, the yellow for the Infernus. And the Dark Maiden already has her +1. And there we go. Okay. Anyways, that's not what we're using right now, though. What we're using is replacing this team for anything related to a def-oriented team. So, Crimson Bat. Def. Where are you, Def? Def. Oh, I could just go alphabetically. All we need to do is just scroll down some. It's not like War where you have to go all the way down. So there's that, there's that. What was the other thing we needed? We need a... I forget which way I normally run this. No, I normally put a skull spammer. Problem is the other troop. Because we technically need a green... What would we need to finish that out then? A green-yellow. Which makes the biggest issue with what we're about to do. Because that's not what I need in this slot. What I actually need in this slot is something like a giant spider or a blue farmer. I don't believe... Oh! You know what would actually be really good in this slot? Oh, we're going to need to come back to this team at some point. The new community troop that isn't currently available. That guy. Right there. we know exactly what we're doing when that guy comes out. Oh, perfect. We'll need to try that. That is true damage, technically, off of ability, and true damage, plus the mana generation, the board control we need, and oh wow, that actually puts this team perfectly together. I never noticed that. Yeah, we need to go put a Shocktopus in here when it gets released. I believe that is either this Monday or next Monday, one of the two. Hopefully this Monday. I really wish it was, though. Nothing on the current announcement thing. Oh, never mind. They didn't release the announcement thing yet, so it might be coming this Monday. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully this comes soon. That would actually work perfectly there. But for now, since we don't have that as an option, let's go with Plan B, which is the problem is, what is Plan B? There's a couple things we could put there. We could put Valkyrie. We could put Giant Spider. Depends what we're really going for. I think we're going to go down the Giant Spider route this time around. We could also put Green Slime, but we'll go Giant Spider here. Go with that. It gives us a replacement Crimson Bat as well. This also gives us two different summon variants, the Keeper of Souls and the Giant Spider summon. So we're going to be able to definitely keep summoning stuff in case things go south. And from here, a double green is looking very tempting. I don't think there's a double green with minus yellow, though, is there? No. Minus yellow, minus yellow, minus yellow. It's a single green. Well, it gives us a bunch of blue. We do have 3 things that use blue, so I guess that wouldn't be horrible. The problem is I need specifically a double green, and there isn't a double green with minus yellow, so Plan B is double green and nothing else. Since there's not really another banner, we could go +2 purple, +1 red, but that wouldn't give us anything into the spider. Really hate having to give spider a +2 when there's nothing else of its color, but it does help to turn it when it does get the surge, and that is really important most of the time if trying to get a really quick start with it. Of course, we don't have any greens to go take immediately. That is unfortunate, but ideally we would. Looks like we're going to have a full Crimson Bat here. Oh, if we had the extra blue, we actually would have full mana right now. Fail. I had no way of knowing that that would be the case, but it is... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. I just realized the one bad thing I did with this. He is using a Monster Slayer in first slot. He deals 2 times damage to monsters on his skull damage, and we are a monster. So he will hit twice as hard for 66s. He will 2-shot us, unless we get enough HP. Also, hopefully he'll be dumb enough to hit one of our not red troops. The answer is no. But we do basically perpetually do 2x skull damage to him. The reason for this, of course, is from fully traded death. So we're always going to be able to get those hits on him. So right here, looks like we're going to have to get rid of red. Or brown. You know what, let's do brown, because we're already going to get the mana up anyways. So we'll do that. Take the other color. Let me take it for red, because I do want to make sure we get that. It gives us less mana overall, but it does give us some of that crimson map mana. And speaking of red, I'm actually going to get rid of it here. Just so we get that poke there. I don't think I can do anything about this double poke, though. No, there's nothing we can do to drop that. Ooh, that's a bit of an issue. How much damage we'll have on the follow-up? Only 33. That's not actually going to kill us. It will give us some blues, though, but we get the double skull. Oh, now it will, because he gets the cascade. But we have our spam summon, and we can just go from there. And he kills up from the back slot. Fail. Let's see. We didn't even get to cast to death. Maybe we should go a cast-oriented team for him. A cast-oriented death team generally runs with a heavy mana generator like Ragnagord or Grigoltha. One of the two. Pretty much any of them will be ran with one of them. It's almost mandatory if you're going for a cast-oriented team. This obviously was a skull-oriented version of it, utilizing the fact that Crimson Bat does 2x skull damage to a damaged troop. And since you constantly do 2 true damage at the start of every turn from death, you basically perpetually have a infinite 2x skull damage on your team, which is obviously really, really strong. The biggest issue that this team normally has isn't even what happened this battle, but it's normally that you don't have enough attack gains to really make it work. You might have 2x skulls perpetually, but you don't have any attack boosts, so you don't get to fully utilize the fact that you perpetually have 2x skull damage, and there currently isn't anything that viably does that. If there was a yellow-green that could boost the attack of a single troop or all other allies without losing its turn, it would be very viable in the composition of this team. But the Shocktopus looks like it'll also be pretty decent. Definitely going to need to give it a shot when it first comes out, or when it gets released, I mean. What do we do here? Every single thing I'm looking at looks like it'll backfire. I need to take mana, though. Oh, hello, greens, or free turn. That won't be a backfire, so we'll go take that. Do we have anything good here to go take? Yes, it looks like red, so we'll go for that. Take the other skull from the other side. And very nice. We even get another Keeper of Souls, and that is way overkill. And down it goes. Any not trash plague teams yet? For invading, no. For defending, yes. Plague teams are generally very, very slow, but they do win pretty easily. You basically just run them into anything that spams. So, for example, one thing that I do for defend on one of my days, it would take a lot of time to actually win with it, but it makes for a really good disable. I forget what day I used it on. Guild War... Defend... Let's just go through everyone, and then I'll eventually find it. There we go. Not green, it's not yellow. Not purple. I can only get it wrong so many times. Where'd it go? Dude, there's only 6 of them that could possibly be here. Purple. Not purple. It's not green. Oh, defend blue? Not blue. There it is, defend red. The last final... No. What? Defend... What? Did I change it? Hold on. Wait. Hold up. 1 second. Guild Wars. Defends. I just sworn I had it around. Or did I never save it? What? Okay, never mind. I never saved it. Wow. Okay. But it was this. Or at least something very similar to this, because I actually forget what it is off the top of my head exactly. But it was Azura. Valkyrie. Plague. Not sure for sure if Valkyrie was on this. I would assume so if I was using Azura. And what are we missing? Brown, purple, brown, red? No. We would just need a brown. Doesn't really matter what the brown is. It wasn't Grigoltha. No, there's no way it was Grigoltha. Really wish I still had this team saved. It was actually really nice earlier. I don't know why I didn't save it when I was using it for my defense. I know those 3 are right. It's the 4th one that I forget. Basically, it's a Valkyrie into Azura Plague combo is the bottom line of what you need to know here. Azura you get for free. Plague, if you're asking for a Plague team, you obviously have. It would need to be fully traded, though. Impervious with the Plague thingy. The whole premise is that you keep spamming it, and you keep doing triple stat reductions. You do stat reduction off of his trait. You do stat reduction off his final trait. I mean, off of his ability. You do stat reduction off his trait. and you do stat reduction off of spam Azura, and that's kind of the whole premise of the team. But yeah, what was a brown front line that worked really well with this? Completely forgot what it was earlier. I can almost guarantee it created blues as well. Is there a brown that creates blue? Griffin, Mammoth. It definitely wasn't Mammoth. Ice Golem. Was it Ice Golem? I might have done that just to freeze things. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually did use the Ice Golem. I probably didn't want to block Azura though, so I highly doubt that. Let's see. Oh yeah, you do have it max traded. That's good. There's no way I did Mantis. He's way too random. Was it Northrender? I highly doubt I used that on the defend team. But he actually would work. He would cover that last little bit that we need and would get us what that little bit of gap, and then we just get a really huge skull constantly. Yeah, I think that would work. Sure, why not? Give it a shot. Actually, we might not even use the brown, because we could have always used the +2 red, +1 yellow banner, and then the -1 brown. But we'll try it with this for now. See what it can do. But it's basically just spam Valkyrie. The whole premise of the team are the 3 backline troops. The Azura Plague combo into something that can help them spam is the whole premise. Okay, so we'll take that. Take that. This obviously isn't made for speed. It's mainly just made for consistent winning. I wonder if I used Famine on this. No, probably not, because if I was putting on a defend team, I wouldn't have been able to. So it definitely wasn't Famine, because I used Famine for a different color. Day, obviously. So we'll go throw that down, up. We'll go and... can we not get a good Valkyrie anywhere in this? Still doesn't look like we can, so we'll just go for a skull here. Don't want to let him hit us too much. He does have pretty big hits. So don't want to keep getting driven by that. So we'll go take our blues. Didn't get enough, but we can just throw that down. And then just go straight into getting everything and just keep it going. Okay, go for it again. Get our explosions. Get another Valkyrie, hopefully. Do we have the board for it? Yes, we do. We have it on purple. We'll go grab that. Throw it again. And basically, we just keep spamming this until they have 0 stats on everything. Ideally. Why do you have attack? We need to go take that from you. But this is the base of the team. We don't even need that first slot, as you can see. We will easily win without ever using it at all whatsoever. I'm gonna go get a plague on them already. Problem is trying to fit it in somewheres, but we'll get that right there. He'll do almost no damage because of how much we have reduced him due to everything that we keep throwing down. Get that down. Hopefully clear enough board to get a Valkyrie. Not really too worried about anything it does, because everything it will do will be pretty minuscule due to how low its stats will be. And then at this point, we just keep doing this until we win off of stat reductions. We'll go take a purple here. I don't really need that skull. Just need to get our abilities going again. I guess we could have gone for the skull. We can one-shot them all at this point with the skulls. Gonna get very little value out of anything else. So we'll do that. A little bit of pokes. Go and convert this out. Need to get that Azura back up so we can actually go and throw something down. And take that. Come on, move over. Go for the explosion. Please hit more HPs. We need those HP hits so we can actually get kills. Go throw that down. We'll move that over. Go for the drop right there. Put that down. Get a Valkyrie right back up. Already have everything. Throw that. And he'll do almost nothing with that, though the burn will kill us. No! Nothing I can do about it. Did we go for skull? Sure, why not? He has 0 attack, though, so it's not like we really need to worry about him hitting us, but it dies the burn! We'll give him a plague so he stays diseased. Throw down the explosion. Also, they're going to change the visual for disease, I believe, next patch. But, yeah, there's nothing super viable for a plague. They're just all really slow-moving, durable teams that don't really die at all, is the whole premise of it. I guess we could go Gorgoltha. Because why not? Gorgoltha first slot, because Gorgoltha. He actually will be fully tradable this Monday, by the way, if you don't already have it. Really nice troop to consider fully trading as well. So we're just going to leave it at the exact same banner, but now with Gorgoltha. Because the biggest issue we had that time was random skulls kept hitting us. But yeah, this team isn't made to go quick. It's just made to win. That's basically every plague team ever. It's not made to ever really be super speedy. It's just made to make sure you don't die by reducing the enemy by ridiculous amounts of stats, while also keeping them diseased. He's the only thing that can really use disease viably. Out of everything that has the disease mechanic, it's the only one that really works. There's actually a new troop coming on Monday that uses disease as well. Let's see. Yeah, you can use a famine with it. It works pretty well. Basically, anything that can keep disabling the enemy team, anything that's based around that premise is good with this, with a plague. So anything like mana drains, anything like entangles, webs, any kind of disable at all, doesn't really matter what it is. Okay, we'll go for another plague here. None of them are diseased, so I do want to re-disease them all. Get that down, and just keep Azuring until we win. Very nice. Get another one. Come on, HP reductions. Keeps doing armor and other useless things. Need to get that attack down to 0 as well, so he stops hitting us for very small numbers. It's very small numbers, but it's still numbers. Hey, it killed it, but it revived, kind of. The backup plan. Okay, really bad board at the moment, but we'll go move that. And what do we need to take here? I guess we'll just go for a Valkyrie green. Need to get more blues on the board so Azura has something to do. There we go. Let me go claim that real quick, just so it dies. Hey, Ancient Horror actually got to do something. Look at that. MVP Ancient Horror right there. Very rare that that troop ever gets to do anything useful. And yeah, the board is useless. We'll just move that over. See if we can get a Valkyrie on here. And the answer is yes. Throw down yellow. Go for a Plague HP go. Yay, hit 1 HP. Or one of them for HP. And now we just need to do that again. Or use Ancient and just kill them all out that way. We don't have a drop, nor do we have a convert. So we'll take a purple. I'm not going to take the yellow. Actually, maybe I should have. He got an extra turn from it, or she got an extra turn from it. Purple or brown. We might as well just kill it with the little poke at this point. And down it goes. I know, Ancient Horror busted, needs nerf. Way overpowered. No. I really wish they would buff it. He needs at least a higher single target or something. I wouldn't even mind if he doesn't gain the random stat. He just needs higher damage output. Or at least a lower mana cost to get up initially or something. He feels like he never does what his purpose is. Like, his whole purpose is he's supposed to clean up kills. He's supposed to, like, randomly summon itself after one of your demonic troops dies. And then go pick off all the kills that are still left on the enemy team. The problem is he doesn't really feel like that kind of troop because his damage, particularly in late game, is way too low relative to durability values that exist. Maybe if he had some kind of boost ratio, like deal additional damage based on how much HP they're missing. There's already a troop that does that. It's not like they don't have that coded. They could just apply it to that troop instead. The Bugbear already has that, if I'm not mistaken. It deals damage to an enemy, which is basically the same amount as an Ancient Horror, but then that's boosted by their missing life at a 2-to-1 ratio, and then gains an extra turn. If they did this exact same thing without the extra turn on Ancient Horror, it would instantly become viable. And surprisingly would still be weaker than a Bugbear, yet would be at least become viable at that point. Because that's the whole premise of a Ancient Horror, is that it picks off the kill, so why wouldn't you give it the boost ratio for missing life? It would make a lot of sense. Which is why they haven't done it. No, just kidding. But hopefully they would do something along those lines. Ancient Horror is a really neglected troop, which is weird because he's actually summoned by, I think, 10 troops. And another one summoning it on Monday. So make that, let's see, Demonic Pact. So it's summoned by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 troops. And if you count himself, 10 troops that have a Ancient Horror associated with it. Make that 11 because there's another one coming on Monday. Yet it's a completely dead content troop. Despite 11 troops summoning it. Or 10 of them. One of them being Ancient Horror itself. Yeah, it could definitely see a buff, that's for sure. There's actually not a single thing that gets summoned more than Ancient Horror off of 8 traits, except maybe a Dragon Soul and Inferno King, but that's just because they summon themselves. But off of actual amount, I mean, like how many troops get summoned by a specific thing, it has a way higher margin than anything else. Actually, most things only ever summon one other thing. Like Dryad, there's only one thing that summons a Dryad. There's only one thing that summons an Inferno King. There's only one thing that summons a Dragon Soul. Only one thing that summons a White, and so on and so forth. But for Ancient Horror, there's 11, yet he's dead content. Really weird. You have a team against Goblins. Goblins, Gorgotha, Borealis, Inferno King, and Queen Mab. Sure, we can go do that if we find another Goblin team. They're normally not around too much, but they're definitely annoying for when they are around. Okay, we'll move that down. See if we can get ourselves the last little bit of our manas that we need. What else do we have to move around? Yeah, we'll move that into a red. Sounds fine. I was trying to see if we could add another cascade. It doesn't look like it, though. No. Okay, so let's go for the red here. Go for the Dragon Soul. Take the yellow first. Take the blue. Into all of the manas. Get ourselves our free souls. I do need to go soul farming quite a bit. I'll probably just bring the Fairish Rosin to explore and such for when we go and do that. Oh, he just got a loop, or partial loop, but we still have our ability. Throw that down. I know, that basically is what he is at the moment. But he's supposed to also be a pick-off troop. That's the whole premise of what he's supposed to be, but he doesn't actually serve that purpose because it's so low-statted. But everyone basically just uses them as a meat shield, even though his actual purpose is to pick off whatever remaining troops are on the enemy team. It's an ancient horror, yet it isn't even horrifying. And there we go. Hey, we actually hit over 10,000 as well. Though that isn't anywhere near where we actually need to be if we want to get on the leaderboard. Wow, the top, there's such a discrepancy between the top of the leaderboard. It's like, let's see, 60,000, 60,000's double that amount. That's kind of funny that there's a double amount between 7th place, I guess you can technically even say 5th, but from 7th place to 1st place, there's double the amount. Yet it also goes double all the way from, let me see. Oops, move down. I'm scrolling it down. It's not even going down. Yet there's also a double from about 20th place to 100th place. It also doubles. That is quite a huge difference. But, yeah. We'd have to more than double to actually get up to 100. We're currently 21,847th. And that's just on PC Mobile. That's not even counting console people. And whenever I look at that number, it just makes me realize, oh wow, there's actually a lot more people than I thought playing this game. It's like, you normally wouldn't really tell if you're just like looking at it from your guild or from the global chat, But then you go look at, after playing like a normal week of PvP, and then you look at your ranking, it's like, oh, oops, there's a lot of people. Let's go back to the Azura. And get back into the thing. Ancient Inconvenience. I know, I hate when he blocks. If it wasn't for his +1 purple, he'd be 110% useless. It would actually be, if it wasn't for his +1 purple, it would actually be more beneficial not having a trait than it would be having a trait. Oh, what do we need here? Why is there nothing good? We'll try for the purple, which we miss. We'll try for red or blue, both of which we miss. Anything else we can miss? Let's see. We'll go for, I guess just taking a blue. That we can't miss. Because it's a 100% chance. There we go. And throw that down and go from there. 1 mana off. Go get the Gorgotha. Inferno King, I mean Infernus. And go from there. Speaking about Infernus, it's the Infernus Wars. So I gotta be careful. If he pokes us with a skull, he will kill. Because he hits through our skin, the granite skin. Move that over, take the skull. Famine, because she actually has a lot of HP. And throw these 2 down. There we go. And he'll die to burn. Yay, we got arcane traits done too. I kind of clicked a little bit quick, but we got, looked like a green pure arcane. We've been getting a lot of pure colors. Ended up getting quite a few blues and purples the other day. Now we're getting greens. But I don't mind. Arcanes are arcanes. That's less we'll have to farm later if we ever need them for whatever reason. Maybe they add some kind of new feature that would require them. Who knows? Every single resource is always good to hoard, because you never know when they might do something with it. They are likely going to keep adding newer resources, though, just to make sure that people that do hoard their resources would not be able to just infinitely have everything automatically. But most things do have overlap. Like, for example, even though the Soulforge added a new resource that you had to go and do to craft some of the stuff, it still used an old resource, which of course was souls. And there's normally overlap in most of the newer content like that. If they're going to make something that does require some kind of new resource, they'll most likely also apply some kind of older resource to it in some way, shape, or form. Well, we'll go through the Infernus there. The main one they really need to do something for, I feel like, is maps. Trait stones and maps are the two resources that still don't really have a sink to put them into. We'll throw the Infernus. And down it goes. Or not. Here, have a famine. There we go. 1 HP. I could have just passed my turn or done anything, but overkill it with the famine. It's always good to overkill it. Okay, let's go and fight the Scarlet Veneer. What on earth is that team? It looks like a, I guess we'll fight it. It looks like an anti-beast skull spam team for that very weird niche that someone might be using a, what's it called? A black beast. That team would actually counter that out, but for every other purpose, not quite sure what that's going for. It's been a while since I've seen her too. She basically never gets used, or at least this late in the game, because her triple damage to beasts, as well as every troop that does triple damage, for the most part, with a few exceptions, normally does not have enough damage to actually kill in late game. The only time when that normally is different is under two circumstances: in Guild Wars and in whenever you have one of those pure color troops on the team, like Penguin, or in her case, that one red troop, or the Ogren, whatever the thing's name is, or Array, those things that get +5 to all of a certain color. Either of those two situations will make it enough. But most situations it wouldn't have enough damage. Like, for example, 33, that would be 99 damage, and nothing would die to 99 damage this late in the game. Everything this late has, at minimum, like 110 durability, pretty much. Okay, and we'll go through that then. Okay, another one, and we're good to go. Anyways, guys, if there's not any other questions or anything... Oh, wait. I didn't even try Simple's team. It's like he asked it, and it's like, wait. No, okay, let me go do that. Simple. I almost forgot. But if anyone still has any other questions, I will be wrapping up soon. If you guys want me to go over anything. Tomorrow we will be going over the Dragon Soul. Also, don't forget to do it if you haven't already. If you're a newer player, go and get yourself a Dragon Soul. We'll be getting ourselves on the our other account. But yeah, if you can get it, definitely do. Underneath your leveling, once you get this level 9, you can craft yourself a Dragon Soul this week for 800 diamonds, which are the resources you get from dungeons, 5,000 souls, and 4 celestial trait stones, both of those two being completely trivial. The only one that's really hard is getting level 9 Soulforge as a newer player, as well as getting the 800 diamonds. But if you have reached that point, definitely get yourself a Dragon Soul. Very high damage output, up to 20 to all enemies from any level, doesn't even matter what level it is. A lot of explosions, a lot of souls, and decent traits. Its traits are getting reworked, and it might get reworked in general next patch. But if you craft it right now, you'll have at least a month to use it before it gets buff nerfed. So do keep that in mind. That it is going to be changed in the future, but it's still really, really viable to get. You'd get all your value out of it in like the month up to it being nerfed, even so. Let's just one with a Keeper of Soul for my gold chest. Worth using on building around. Wait, you can't get a Keeper of Souls from a gold chest. They only go from gold to, or they only go to a common and rares. It would have to have been a glory chest. But Keeper of Souls, you generally use it with a Valkyrie, Giant Spider, Keeper of Souls combo. Your first slot can be basically anything that you happen to have as a tank. As given that you're a lower level, or are you a lower level? If you are a lower level, you'd want to use basically something with stone skin and first slot. It could be basically anything cheap that you can put there. Other than that, you could use a really high skull damaging hit. One thing I like using with it is Aberaf for the combination of Aberaf, Valkyrie, Giant Spider, and Keeper of Souls, and you can work it out that way. Okay, anyways. Do an all base common team in PvP? I don't know what the most viable base common team would even be these days, but we could go try something. I don't see why not. Let me go do the suggested team from a little while back though before I do. It was a wasn't it an anti-goblin team? Yeah, it was an anti-goblin team. I'll go test it against myself then. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Oh yeah, it is. That was weird. I accidentally typed the wrong thing. That's so funny. I didn't actually need one though. Let's see. Borealis, Infernus, and what was the other one we needed? We need Queen Mab. Wait, why Borealis and Queen Mab? It seems a bit overkill. But okay, we'll give it a shot. Oh, well, it is, I guess, against the Goblin team, so. And no banner was suggested, so we're most likely going to go for brown yellow. But yeah, that does have plenty of freeze, that is for sure. And has the damage there. I kind of want to move that just so it's so the Infernus gets the yellow instead first. And we'll go from there. Let me go see if I can go find a Goblin team. Actually, there's a really easy way to go do that. Defends. And what day do I use my goblins on? The struggle of finding where it is again. Defend purple, defend yellow. I think it's defend brown. Defend brown. There it is. Okay, let's see what it does against an all-goblin team. And that's not it. Oops. I did all that changing and then didn't even do it. Test defend team. And there we go. Okay, let's see what it does. So we definitely have plenty of freezes, that is for sure. Move that. Move that. Move the... No, we don't need that. We'll move that down. Take our manas. Take the brown. We don't have a drop for it, though, so we'll just manually take it. That gives us Borealis. I put him over there, and he still gets up first. So we get a Borealis down. Gets everything frozen. And we can keep refreshing it with Queen Mabs. The one time Borealis gets to do something. We'll throw down the Gorgolfa. Everything he does will instantly end his turn. What's kind of funny is we could actually use this on Yellow Guild War days if we wanted to. I don't think anyone runs all goblins on Yellow Guild War day though. But if we truly wanted to, this would work on Yellow Guild War. We would have to remove Queen Mab obviously, but other than that, it has everything that we'd need. And that's match. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we didn't even really use her either. So that could definitely be replaced. Oh yeah, I forgot. We don't get any rewards. We're against ourselves. There we go. Okay, let's go and see what we can do with an all-common team. So let's go see if we can win. So first things first, we will go first thought Direwolf, of course. Let's see, Direwolf. Probably the owl. I forget what it's called. Is it just called owl? Yeah, it is. Snowy owl. Snowy owl. The Dwarven Gate. And what other common is ridiculously overpowered? Base rarity. Let me go to base rarities. It's been a while since I looked at all the commons. We could put fire bombs. No, we need a natural troop there. Base rarity. Apply. Oh yeah, it takes forever to scroll down, but let me go see if I can go find another common. Let's make the most viable common team in the game. Pure commons. Any year now, we'll reach the bottom. But did I reach commons yet? Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm not going to use the bigger commons, of course. That doesn't count. Like things like honor, justice, those kind of things, courage, all those. Those don't really count as commons. What are we missing? We're missing purple, red, or brown would be what we would need. Purple, red, or brown. That wouldn't be horrible. Because what if it converts into colors we need? But the problem is, what if it doesn't? Hyena! Let's see. Deal damage to an enemy. If the enemy dies, summon 3 hyenas. That would actually be funny if that worked. Oh wow, there's actually less commons than I thought. Very few commons. I almost want to do Leshy. Does he have immune to Entangle? No. I wish he did. Yeah, I'd literally use Leshy if he did. Just to ensure they stay entangled. I think we might just use Dwarven Miner for the last slot impervious / mana generation. Destroys 20 or 18 gems of a chosen color, then 40% chance to basically gain max gold. He already has a +1 for himself, so I don't even need to do anything. Oh, you know what? I need a purple. What am I doing? I need a purple because of the snowy owl. Skeleton it is. There we go. Okay. Scratch that plan. Let's go a purple green. No, purple yellow blue. No. Oh, that's a hard choice now. Destroy all purple gems. So I don't think we actually need a +1 on our purple. We'd be better off with... Oh! We already have it. Yellow-blue it is. Oh, wait. What's the -1? Isn't there a minus color on that? I believe it's green, though. For yellow and blue. Not that one. Yeah, it is. Which means we can't use it. So we'll just go the normal yellow-blue. What's the -red that is viable? -red and the -brown. I know the -brown can't. -red +2 purple +1 yellow. That'd be 2 overkill in purple. And what's the other -red, or is there another one? Yes, blue and purple. That would be 2 overkill for the Dwarven Gate, though it would guarantee that we would get it. Oh, that actually might work. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. That's +2 to our purple and +2 to our blue. I think we can make that work. Okay, here we go. 4 times commons. Let's see what happens. Rockworm is nice for endlessly looping. I don't think I would want to use it, though. It's too sporadic and inconsistent. I'd rather have something that's way more consistent. Oh, he has stone skin. That's not good. Okay, first things first. Let's go Dwarven Gate. We automatically 2-turn it, regardless of what happens. We can do brown to purple. I don't think I need it, though. There we go. Very nice. There goes the disease, though this hits through disease because disease is so bad. Disease is so bad that this just hits right through it. We can go and entangle him for entangle purposes, because why not? We can go do this and then cast it onto a color like itself. There we go. Now we can do it on red. Then do it on skulls. Actually, we don't even use red, but I want it for the extra turn. Oh, come on! How did we miss that? Luckily, his red is also horrible. But, wow, why does he have that on his red? That's like a really bad troop there. Like, never used. Okay, that one we can't even entangle if we wanted to. Move that over. Take a... Too bad we can't use this on skulls. We'll just take a skull. Speaking of skulls, we'll take that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need a bit more purple on the board. Want to be able to get that in one go. Very nice. How much is it now? 11. So we'll go throw this onto a yellow. Nice. Got it again. That gives us the cast. And move that over. Throw this onto... Looks like yellow again. I didn't get it that time. We don't have a drop or anything either. We'll just go for Dwarven Gate. Get our barrier up. Need him to not die if we can. Wait, how did he not do any damage? He still has barrier. Didn't he just take a skull? What? Is that a visual glitch or something? That I'm not seeing things, right? He did just take a skull, right? Why did it not lose its barrier? Okay, anyways. Maybe it happened in reverse order? Okay, anyways. We'll go throw that down. Get a skull poke. Go and entangle this thing. It'd be nice if we could start using this on green. There just hasn't been a chance to do it. And he just hits the last slot and doesn't do anything. Let's use this on yellow again. Here we go, nice. Now let's try using this on green. I like how I tried doing it right when he has a Kraken ready to go. Let's start hitting green now that it's just sitting there. Oh, he has Hunter's Mark and everything too, so we could easily kill that out. And now just need to do it one more time. No! We lost one. Oh well. We'll go and use this. That'll give us the full thing and then throw it into skulls. And a couple skulls will kill it out. Take a one right there. It gives us full mana. Take another one. And now anything that hits it dies or kills it. And we'll just throw this into... Oh, I was about to use it on purple. Wait, does that actually work? You can do that? I never actually knew you could do that. It removes all purple. You can use it on purple. Interesting. So you remove all the purple, just put more purple on the board. We also got pretty lucky. We actually got purple mana out of using purple after removing all the purple. If that makes any sense. Anyways, there you guys go. I think that's the best the best common team you can use. I can't really think of anything much better than that. Of course, that's not counting the other commons. It's only counting the very, very cheap, easy to obtain commons. It's not counting things like the Guild War troops or the Guardians or anything like that, or the Imps. But out of just the base commons, Direwolf, Snowy Owl, Dwarven Gate, and Skeleton doesn't seem that bad. You got your Skull Spammer, as well as the best Death Marker in the game. I mean, best Hunter's Marker in the game. You have Snowy Owl for its really weird mana generation, plus the Purple Link. You have the Dwarven Gate to feed everything mana. Everything's such a low mana cost that it works perfectly. Plus you get Barrier. And Skeleton is just for the Skulls, the automatic extra turn, the backline tank, and that's about it. Yeah, it's not too bad. Snowy Owl OP. Snowy Owl is actually... Snowy Owl and Direwolf are amazingly overpowered for a common. They are basically legendary tier troops, even though they're common rarity. They both are absolutely insane how strong they are. Even though they are common classifications, they are very strong. Like I mentioned, he's the best Hunter's Mark currently in the game. There's nothing that even does a better Hunter's Mark than him. He does an automatic Hunter's Mark, plus Entangle, plus damage, and automatically gains an extra turn if there's enough on the board, and does all of that for only 8 mana. So yeah, a lot of value there. Not to mention, he does 2 times to the Entangle, making a stackable 4 times with the Hunter's Mark, and he even has some skull mitigation through Agile. Snowy Owl just has insane mana generation. The things that you can do with this troop is something that no other troop can actually even do, because it removes all of a color type and then puts more color onto the board. The only thing that's even remotely close to that is like a Deep Borer, where it kind of shortens the board and makes it smaller, and then adds color. Except this one basically removes something that you don't want from the board, or the purple, and then you get the gems onto the board, making this board also smaller, but in a different way than what a Deep Borer does. And it has the link on it. And Skeleton is, I believe, the only thing that creates skulls that has a 100% extra turn chance, if I'm not mistaken, which in itself is pretty decent. There used to be others, but I believe they got rid of it to the point that Skeleton is now the only one. I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case, that he's the only guaranteed extra turn chance. Of course, there's a lot of them that easily can, like Inferno King, Sakima, basically almost all of them, Shegra, Keeper of Souls, but they're not all 100% chance. He is 100% chance, though, that he gets to keep his turn. Oh, tribute. Gotta take that tribute. Come on, let's see a 20 tribute. No, that's, oh, at least an 8. Anything above about that value is okay. Let's see. Speaking of Guardians, is Humility any good? Oh, Humility is amazing. He's actually the best Guardian in the game out of the 6 Guardians. Yeah, Humility is the absolute best out of all the Guardians. The main reason is he can increase any skill, that of course including magic. He also ends up gaining a bunch of armor and magic to all troops whenever he takes damage. The most relevant part about that is the magic aspect. Just him dying, even if he dies and doesn't cast a single time, he will give you anywhere from 6 armor and magic to about 12 armor and magic to your entire team without doing a single thing. So he's really good for coming back from battles as well. Even just plopping him in first slot can really be beneficial sometimes in a lot of teams that are really magic dependent. But yeah, he's a pretty good troop, and out of all the Guardians, definitely the best. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for tonight. We will be back tomorrow for all of our normal stuff. We will be going over the new events, which will be confirmed by then. Hopefully, the Shocktopus will be coming in the near future as well. Next Kingdom is also on not this Monday, but the following Monday. So on the 29th, it was moved from the 26th. It's no longer the 26th. It is now the 29th. We will be getting the new kingdom. That is exactly when the event switches over, so you'll be able to use event keys immediately once the new kingdom comes out. So that's going to be pretty nice. Normally that isn't possible, but this time around it will be. So even though it's getting delayed, it's still kind of beneficial. Skeleton is ripped from Puzzle Quest. What, does it have a similar ability to that? I've never actually noticed the skeleton ability in Puzzle Quest. But I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of stuff ripped from this game from put in here from both Puzzle Quest and Puzzle Quest 2. I think one of the most blatant the two most blatant ones that I always find really funny is Rockworm's model is almost exactly the same, and Green Slime's model is literally the exact same as one of the early game bosses, or not really a boss, but something that you fight in Puzzle Quest 2. Nothing about it's different. The shading and everything is on it. At least with Rockworm, it has like different shading and such. But there isn't a single difference with Green Slime. You could go put this image against the same one in Puzzle Quest 2, and there's not a single difference. You overlap it, it all looks exactly the same. It's kind of funny. It's like, let's just take the exact same thing. Also, what else used to look exactly the same? Actually, still kind of does. This fist, currently it used to have a different icon, but the icon that this fist used to be in this game was the exact same one from Puzzle Quest 2, which was used for the ability bar. There was no difference with it. Now it is a bit different, but it's still the same theme. It's a fist for the icon. What is a good red team for Guild Wars for a person that has mid-tier cards? Basically anything formed around Dark Maiden. Yeah, Dark Maiden. Dark Maiden Alchemist with a board clear maybe would end up working. That's actually something that I did for today's Guild War, at least for one of the battles. I did a more expensive version of it, of course, but where'd it go? Guild War Red. I actually have it set up right here. But ignore the middle of it. But all this team is Alchemist, Dark Maiden, something that clears out the board, and a damage source / protection. But yeah, that could work with maybe like a Dragon Soul or something, probably something that uses yellow would be ideal. Is there anything yellow that clears the board that isn't Herdmaster? I mean, not yellow, I mean red. Why did I say yellow? But yeah, it would have to have yellow in it, so yeah. It'd have to be a red-yellow that clears the board. Does that exist? Red-yellow with board clear. With damage. Well, there's damage. There's Garuda. I don't know if you have Garuda. Oh, Goblin Rocket. There you go. Boom. Fixed. There you go. Goblin Rocket. It's not really board clear, but it has enough board control that it's technically close enough. So you could use that and then like one other troop, and you'd pretty much be good to go. You can even just spam Goblin Rockets too. I'm not even kidding. This could legitimately be your team, and it would probably win. I'm not even kidding. Alchemist into triple Goblin Rocket is pretty strong. Normally you would use Alchemist Hellcat double Goblin Rocket, but you could legitimately get away with this team. You won't score the highest of scores, but if you wanted a mid-tier team that basically never loses, there you go. It would be a little bit slow, and your score would be a little bit lower than what it might be, but it's pretty much like a 90% win rate, if not higher. Even without the Hellcat. With the Hellcat, it shoots up to like probably like a 98% win rate. It goes very slow, but it gets the wins because it just loops like crazy over and over again. Basically, what you do is you get the Alchemist up, then you do that into the Goblin Rockets, and then you just go and spam the Goblin Rockets to get the Alchemist back up. Then the Alchemist gets the Goblin Rockets back up, and you infinitely loop that until you win. Would Garuda work also? Yeah, Garuda is really strong. Garuda has a extremely high impact for damage. Yeah, I did do a video for Alchemist Triple Goblin Rocket. Works out really nice. You can even put a troop into last slot, like a Garuda, for example, to go and use some of your excess mana for damage. Personally, I would prefer more Goblin Rockets, but if you wanted to try getting the score up, that would work too. But anyways, guys, I will be heading out for tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you all so much for coming down. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, about 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be going over the new troops, going over the Guild Wars, dungeons, and just messing around with a couple stuff. And yeah, and not this week, but the following week on the 29th, are getting that new kingdom. So we will have a lot of content to do the following week. This week will be a little bit duller. It's mainly just a character off event where we're getting a 2 pretty useless troops, at least for late game. They might have some use earlier in the game. I might even just do the video on my other account. I'm not quite sure yet because I don't really know what I'll do on my main account with it. Both of them don't really serve much of a purpose later on, but one of them does have a disease that will be a little bit viable, given that almost nothing has a viable disease on it. If you go into disease right here, a lot of them come up with immunities, but there's only like 5 things in the game that even really does disease. It's really small at the moment. They are trying to expand it, but they'll need to do a lot more than the new troop that's coming out to expand it correctly. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.